my video blog. Well, I want to talk to you a little bit about what's happening in the marketplace because people are always asking me. And I think the thing that I need to really bring out right now is we have a very strong seller's market. What does that mean? It's not nearly so hard to find a buyer. So people go, why would I even need a realtor? You know, I put the house out there, there's lots of buyers. Well, that's true. It's not as hard to find a buyer by any means. I think the difference is when you have more than one buyer, okay, you're normally going to get a price higher than the price you're listed for. And when people feel they're having to compete, people being those buyers, they will normally do things that they would not normally do. So if you're for sale by owner, you might get one or two buyers, but you're missing all the buyers that are ready to buy now and go expose their home, the buyers that are ready to buy now and want to see the homes that are listed actively on the market. So it's easier to find a buyer. It's easier to get the price elevated up right now when you have the property properly marketed. And imagine you're for sale by owner and you get two people making a bid on your house. Do you know what to do? Most people don't in terms of what we do. We know how to negotiate this buyer, this buyer, this buyer, get the property priced up, get longer escrow periods if need be, get a rent back, make sure the seller doesn't have to pay termite repairs. We can really get great terms for a seller. So that's what 23 years of experience helps someone to do. Now, more importantly, you have to be prepared in this market, okay? So what will happen is if you have 3 or 4 people bidding on a house, let's say it's listed for $600, somebody comes in and we get the price up to $625. Okay, here's an example of one that just happened. So $25,000 over the listed price, as is. Then the buyer comes in, does a home inspection, goes, oh, you got this is loose, that's fixed, that needs to be fixed. And even though the sales are as is, they totally are, the buyer still has a right to do an investigation. And when you do that investigation, they then have a right to ask. It's not a counteroffer, it's a request. And the seller can say no, but they risk losing that buyer. And they say, boy, do I want to go back and get a new buyer, or do I want to try to work with this buyer? So they're now in a little bit of a compromised position. So here is what we're advising sellers to do in this market. If you and I were to sit down right now and I were to list your property for sale, I'd be advising you, okay, we're going to order a termite inspection immediately. Okay, we're going to order a complete home inspection unless the house is like virtually turnkey and there's almost nothing you can find. But trust me, a home inspector will find something wrong with your house. It can be even perfect. So highly, highly recommending spending $500. That's a lot of money up front. But I'm getting these requests from buyers once they're in escrow going, well, I paid $25,000 more. I want $10,000 or $15,000 off my price. $500 investment, saving $10,000, $15,000, and a lot of aggravation because it is stressful. So the key in this market right now, exposing the property properly, getting a strong negotiation, get that price nice and high, and having those inspections done up front. So when we get that buyer at $625, we give all those buyers, say, here's your inspections. None of that is negotiable. You sign off that you've gotten that. Do not even expect to ask for that. So really, we can do an as-is sale. Now, if something small comes up and they go, oh, we saw this loose toilet that we didn't see, never showed up in the home inspection, okay, well, that's a $100 fix. We can take care of that. For the extra $25,000, most sellers were happy to do that. So in this particular case, in this market, very, very important we spend a little extra time up front, invest a little bit of money to save a lot and or make a lot more. So if you have any questions about that, know people getting ready to sell their home, have any questions at all, just give me a call, 781-3750. We can talk about the market, how to help you maximize what you need to get in the sale of your home. Thank you very much.